Hey everyone, today we are going to discuss about evolution of public relations in India. India is the birthplace of many religions. The religions have been propagated across the world. So these are some earlier instances of public relation activities. Today we are going to discuss about various phases of public relation evolution in India. The Indian evolution of public relation can be divided into three models. First one is the state of propaganda, which is also known as propaganda model, which is the oldest stage of public relation in India, which started in 1500 BC till the end of East India Company rule with the Sepoy Mutiny, which had actually spread the fire of struggle for freedom across the country. After the Sepoy Mutiny, the East India Company packed, packed up and the British rule came onto India. This era of publicity is known as public relation is known as era of publicity and is known as publicity and public information model. It tenures till the time British have ruled in India from 1858 to 1947. The third model is the age of public relations, that is two-way asymmetrical and symmetric PR model. It is since the time of independence, that is 1947 till date. We are going to today discuss about the era during the tenure of British rule in four different stages. The stage one is known as early stage of public relation. It is the stage before conscious public relation activities started in our country. It was efforts of liberal and philanthropic industrial pioneers like Tatas, Singhanias, etc. of India. There are two notable examples which can be seen in public relation activity. First one is establishment of community relationship department by TISCO, that is Tata Iron and Steel Company in 1912. The railway system, which was established in India, was established for carrying goods from one place to another for industrial purpose, but it was not a profitable venture. So, to make more profit, they did PR efforts, especially in England and New York, to attract tourists to India, so that they can make use of railways and make it more profitable. Government started to disseminate information about World War I to attract the youth so that they know how progressive is British government. The Central Bureau of Information was established in 1921. It was renamed as Directorate of Information and Broadcasting in 1939. The stage two is known as the early stage of conscious PR. The reason for emergence of this deliberate public relation activities was number one, emergence of vocal public opinion. People actually have come together in masses for struggle of freedom, for getting independence from the British rule, emergence of mass circulated newspaper and influential press. Earlier, before this particular time, Britishers allowed newspapers only to be used to carry official government messages from the British rulers. But later on, it was made liberal, and the freedom fighters of India started using newspaper for spreading information. Then in 1939, the outbreak of World War II, which required Britishers to mobilize Indian youth to join the defense forces in the favor of the war so that they can win. So for that matter, exhaustive publicity and public relation activities was conducted to attract the youth of India. The same stage, we can see some changes happening in this particular stage. Like, for example, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting was created, and Directorate of Information and Broadcasting, which was established in 1939, got amalgamated with it. Then, creating a positive opinion so that the recruitment in defense forces can happen. So, a lot of advertisements was there in the newspaper, and a lot of attraction was given to the youth of India. The business houses also started organizing public relation activity in a more organized way so that exploitation of the laborers can be actually propagated, information about it can be propagated, and changes can be made in the situation of Indian labor class. The House of Tata started its first PR department ever in India in their head office in Bombay in 1943. The stage three of public relation in India was actually, we can say, actually began from the independence of India in 1947. Some emergence at this particular stage was that we now had a parliamentary system, which actually called for elections. So legislature elections had to take place, which required campaigning, public relation activity, and exhaustive publicity of the campaigner. The emergence of new industrial policies, which has to be spread across the country through various sources. At this time, modern public relation activity has actually started. There were companies like Burma Shell, Philips, Dunlop, etc. in the year 1950s had started their own department for public relations. The fourth stage is the modern stage of professional public relations. Public Relations Society of India was formed in 1958 in Bombay, which held many conferences to continuously evolve PR as a profession. They are the people behind creating code of conduct for public relation activities in India. Tata Steel started a professional course for public relation officers by Calcutta Management Association in Bengal Chambers of Commerce offices. In 1990s, there was drastic change in the management approach towards public relation, and it was considered to be an important management tool. And the organization started investing in it. That's all for today. See you later with more management concepts. Thank you.